Good morning. Welcome to calendar time. Do you remember the memory verse we're working on? Let's say it together, okay? If there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Philippians 4:8. So great work. All right, let's get Sue to come out and say hello. Sue, come here. Look, our friends are back. Let's say hello to Johnny and Natalie. Thank you for my birthday greeting yesterday. And let's say hello to Jada and Shelby. Thank you also. And Isaac and Matthew and Philip and Kenneth and Judd and Alice and Wita and others who are joining us. If you want Sue and I to say hello to you by name, just email us and we'll add you to our list. So Sue, are you ready to get this day started? Okay, well, why don't you have a seat because we need to do our class job. Do you remember what our class job is? We have to feed Fred, that's right. And I think he's waiting on you. They're here, Fred. It's time for you to eat breakfast. Would you like to zoom over and see Fred? Okay, I'll zoom you over there so you can get a closer look at Fred. Here he is. He's blowing bubbles. Good morning, Fred. Are you ready for your fish school? I think he is. I think he's ready for fish school. Are you ready for our online school? It starts right now with our calendar time. The month is November. Can you say that? November. Good job. Well, let's see how we're going to count today. Let's reach into our jar. And today it says we're going to clap. So we're going to clap and count. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So today is November 11th. Can you say that? November 11th. Very good. If you go all the way up, you'll see that the day of the week starts with a special sound. There's a T, but there's an H beside it. And TH together makes the sound th. So today must be the. Thursday. Today is Thursday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 So today is Thursday and it's time to check your Thursday weather so we can dress Weather Bear. So look outside and see what your weather's like today. Maybe your weather is sunny or cloudy or rainy. I know when I looked outside this morning, it was so beautiful. The leaves are such pretty colors right now. So look at those leaves when you go out to check that weather. Okay, are you ready? When I do like this, shout out your weather. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? It is out today. It is out today. Well, I think Weather Bear needs a t-shirt and some long pants and shoes. And I think he'll be just right for his beautiful, what season? Fall, for this beautiful fall day. Well, let's talk for just a minute about our letter of the day. Our letter for today is going to be the letter D, and letter D looks like this. There's the letter D. Today we'll learn that D is for dogs, so we'll do some fun activities related to that. I'm going to decorate my D with dots. I have some little dot stickers that I'll stick all over the D, but maybe you have some dot markers or just could use a marker to make dots. Let me show you how to write the letter D. The letter D looks like this. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, when we did B, we blew bubbles and there were lots of bubbles. But today for letter D, there's just this one big bubble like that. So it's the number one with one big bubble. And the little letter D looks like this. You make a number one, and then you make a bubble that goes this way. If you're not sure how to tell the difference between B and D, I did talk about that this week in the letter B video, if you want to watch that one. B is for, what did we say? B was for, I'm going to have to remind myself, birds. B was for birds. And we did some bird watching. But if not, I think I'm going to try to do an extra video just talking about the difference between B and D, because that can be a little confusing. The sound that letter D makes is this, D, 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 like you're knocking on the door. So I like to pretend that we're knocking and say, come in. Let me knock on your door and you say, come in. Letter D says, D, 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 D. Come in. Okay, so you can practice that today. Let's take a quick look at the lesson plan for today and see what else is in store. Okay, so today D is for dog. We're going to decorate D with dots. We're going to make that knocking sound and do some blending if you're ready. We're going to, oh, I know, I want to show you something that we're going to make for math. We're going to do subtraction to 5, and we're going to make a little dog house in order to do that. So let me show you that really quick. So you can get all these printables and worksheets at my website. The link will be below, but I'm going to take a Kleenex box and I'm going to put that dog house on it. And then I'm going to cut out all the dogs and I'm going to make some, I'll cut out the door and some of the dogs will go inside and we'll subtract. So we'll have 5 and we'll take away 1 or 3 or 2. So we're just going to do subtraction up to 5 with this little dog house today. So that's going to be fun. Let's take a look again and see what else is coming up. So for the music and movement time, there's a link to a whistle song. And then we'll look at some examples of parallelograms in real life. For science, we'll talk about some vibrations of sound and make a simple whistle. And for art, we'll make a dog cityscape. And then I have a printable for that you can get. It's just to make some rectangular construction paper buildings. And I'm going to use newspaper for the little windows and all the tall buildings. And there's a dog silhouette that you can cut out and put on the top. He's in the foreground, so he's much bigger. So you can talk about that for art today. And then the story is going to be called Whistle for Willie by Ezra Jack Keats. And that's where that dog is walking through the big city. And that's where that art project comes in. Okay, so you might even practice learning how to whistle today because you usually whistle for your dog to come. I know we do. Well, have a great day. Maybe that gave you some ideas for your day. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.